they were going to win. So, for the first time in a long time, Fee Collier actually kind of cooked Angel Reese.
Angel Reese stepped onto the court, but the reality of the WNBA hit even harder. In her very first preseason game, the Lynx served her a loss so icy it could have come with a wind chill warning. Her shots rimmed out, the defense closed in fast, and somewhere amid the chaos, her confidence seemed to slip away. Was it just first game jitters, or did the league just deliver the classic welcome to the pros moment?
You know what I love watching? I love watching her highlights of missing shots. She's got to be the worst shooter you've met in your life.
Angel Reese made her WNBA debut with high hopes, but the league wasted no time reminding her it's a different game. In her first preseason matchup, the Minnesota Lynx delivered a reality check that stung hard. Her shots weren't falling, the defense was relentless, and in the blur of it all, her trademark confidence looked shaken. Was it rookie nerves? Or did the pros just send her a loud, cold message? This is a whole new level.
For instance, before a game or after a game or during practice for real, you rarely ever hear from Angel Reese. And my question is why? Why don't you like to talk basketball, Angel? Is it because you miss so many layups, you're so bad?
Let's be brutally honest. Angel Reese's preseason debut was, at best, generously underwhelming. She put up a modest 10 points against the Lynx, going just 2 for 8 from the field. That's 2 made shots in 25 minutes, 1 bucket every 12.5 minutes. If that trend holds, someone might want to start handing out juice boxes, because this isn't the domination fans were sold. And those 3 rebounds? Not exactly headline material.
Out on these press conferences all the time. What is this really about? Here's a girl, right, who loves to be in everybody's face, loves to be on front center, right? Always on TikTok, always on Instagram, always on YouTube with her podcast, but never during press conferences before a game or after a game or during practice for real. You rarely ever hear from Angel Reese. And my question is why? Why don't you like to talk basketball, Angel? Is it because you miss so many layups, you're so bad at basketball for real?
Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is living a very different reality in her preseason debut. She came out firing like it was Game 7 of the finals, dropping dimes, drilling threes, and commanding the floor like she holds the deed to it. Her Indiana fever squad racked up 108 points in a blowout that was wrapped up faster than Angel Reese could pick up her 4th foul. While Clark looked like a seasoned pro, orchestrating the offense with confidence and control, Reese seemed stuck between playing off-ball decoy and hyped-up bench energy. One looked ready to lead a franchise, the other still searching for where she fits.
Wait a minute. Correct me if I'm wrong here. I thought Angel Reese was responsible for elevating the WNBA dump. I thought Angel Reese was responsible for taking the dump and turning it into an unmonetizable turd. Now, to her credit, it is a nicely polished turd. It almost looks appealing. Almost. Of course, it's still not appealing enough to generate profit, but I guess the WNBA is taking baby steps. I mean, what's one more year of multi-million-dollar losses? I thought Angel Reese was the star of stars, the icon of icons. That's what the mainstream media keeps telling me. Headline at Forbes from last month. How Angel Reese and A'ja Wilson are leading the WNBA's growth.
But here's the real kicker. Camila Cardoso, the other rookie on the sky, the one who's not starring in Reebok ads or making the podcast rounds every other day, is making the bigger statement where it actually counts. On the court. Cardoso is slipping into that power forward role like she was built for it, putting up 13 points, snagging 9 rebounds, and doing it all with a whole lot of, "Excuse me, Angel, I'll take that board" energy. She's hauling in the rebounds. That used to be Reese's calling card. Now, Cardoso's doing the grocery shopping, cooking the meal, and still cleaning up what's left. Meanwhile, Reese? She's stuck holding the check.
Angel Reese is smooth 6'3". And jump like that, grab him, rim, and dunk him. Let's be honest, that's bounce for a girl. That's bounce. Now, some of y'all are probably wondering why I said she could dunk. I mean, obviously, Shorty can't dunk now. We see the game, she barely get off the ground. She getting like an inch off the ground. Anyway, the reason for that is she had a big injury in her leg a long time ago. Now she has a metal rod in her leg.
Let's tally it up. Caitlin Clark is easing into the WNBA like she's been running the league for years, lighting up scoreboards, breaking ankles, and making defenders reconsider their career choices. Angel Reese? She's still trying to figure out how to shoot 25% from the field without triggering audible groans from the crowd every time she lines up a jumper. And just when you think the preseason couldn't get more humbling for Reese, the league went and scheduled the Skies season. Opener against, yep, you guessed it, Caitlin Clark's Indiana Fever. Saturday's matchup was supposed to be the rivalry of a generation, the epic clash of college stars turned pro phenoms. Instead, it's shaping up like a one-woman show, with Clark doing everything but selling popcorn during timeouts. Reese? She's been serving up unintentional comedy, missing point-blank layups, giving up easy drives like she's hosting an open gym, and looking stunned every time Camila Cardoso grabs yet another rebound she seemed to think came with her NIL deal. What was billed as a heavyweight bout is starting to look like one fighter's in their prime, and the other's still shadowboxing.
And you wonder why you have the least amount of fans showing up in attendance at your games. That all has something to do with it. You're not relatable. You're not likable. People only hear from you when you showing half off, your body, or you're showing off what you're wearing, right? Trying to make a fashion statement. You're showing off your new weave. It's so unbelievable. You're showing off your new lashes, right? But you don't talk basketball never.
Let's break it down. Caitlin Clark is striding into the W like she's got a key to the arena, dropping threes, dropping jaws, and making veteran defenders look like they're chasing ghosts. She's got poise, vision, and that undeniable face of the league energy. Angel Reese? She's still searching for a rhythm, clanking jumpers and bracing for the crowd's collective wince every time the ball leaves her hands. And as if the preseason hadn't already been a reality check for Reese, the basketball gods, or league schedulers, added spice to the script. Chicago's season opener is against Clark's Indiana Fever. Yep. Saturday isn't just a game, it's a spotlight, a rivalry. Or at least it was supposed to be. Right now, it's looking more like a solo act, with Caitlin putting on a show and Reese fumbling with the stage lights. Reese's performance so far? A mix of missed bunnies, matador defense, and that wide-eyed look of someone wondering how the paint became enemy territory. Meanwhile, Cardoso, her rookie teammate, is vacuuming up rebounds like it's her job, because, well, it is. And Reese is left watching from the periphery, still playing catch-up. This was hyped as Allie versus Frazier, but if things don't change fast, it might go down more like Clark versus the Confusion.
According to Forbes, Angel Reese is arguably the biggest star in the WNBA because she has more social media followers than everyone else. But like I say all the time, popularity on social media, that does not equate to the main show.
And we haven't even gotten to what happens when Caitlin starts torching the Sky defense with one-legged fadeaways, while Angel Reese is back on the bench after picking up 2 quick fouls before the first commercial break. Saturday's game? It has all the makings of a reality check. Clark looks ready to run a masterclass, while Reese is walking into this matchup with a chip on her shoulder the size of a press conference, and not the motivational kind. More like the, nothing's going as planned, but I'm pretending it, is kind. It's almost poetic. What started as a rivalry fueled by college hype, magazine covers, and viral Instagram stories is now being decided by cold, hard basketball, court spacing, pick-and-roll reads, help defense rotations, and, crucially, whether or not you can make a shot. Caitlin's transition to the pros has been smooth, like a pianist breezing through a familiar recital. Angels? It's been more like someone tripping over a water bottle mid-warm-up. And let's be clear, this isn't just rookie nerves anymore. Reese has had 2 full games to show she belongs. And so far, the WNBA's exposed every crack in the college-built armor. Dominating undersized NCAA freshmen is one thing. Matching up with seasoned vets who've seen every post move and know how to bait you into foul trouble, that's a different universe. And if Reese thought she'd have some breathing room to adjust, Camila Cardoso just slammed that window shut. Every minute Cardoso outperforms her, Reese falls further down the rotation. And in this league, that's how narratives change. Fast.
Folks, the Chicago Sky Game 1 of the preseason was underway last night. Angel Reese looked pretty good, but we're going to get into that momentarily. On the negative side, Angel Reese fans, LSU fans, all of you who tell us, oh my God, what a big superstar.
You have to wonder what the Sky coaching staff is thinking right now. Sure, the marketing team is still out here posting glam shots of Reese in sky blue, hyping the brand and the buzz, but behind closed doors, the basketball minds are probably having some late-night meetings that sound a lot like, so, about the starting lineup. Reese needs a miracle on Saturday. She needs to step on that court and remind everyone why she was the biggest name in women's college hoops last year. But if her preseason form is any clue, Caitlin Clark might. Not just outplay her, she might straight up embarrass her. Because here's the difference. Clark brings consistency. She shows up. Every night. She controls the pace, hits the big shots, and looks like she's been running a WNBA offense since high school. Reese? Right now, she's bringing drama, some missed layups, and maybe a couple rebounds, if Cardoso decides to leave her a few. This isn't preseason anymore. The curtain's rising. The lights are blinding. And Angel Reese? She better hope she remembers her lines. Because if she doesn't, Caitlin Clark is about to turn this into a one-woman show, and Reese might end up watching it from the bench.
Season, can we know how you felt about your play out there? Your 2 for 8? Can we know how you feel about your new role, supposedly being a point forward? Damn point forward. She not a point forward is a person that actually create shots for others, easy buckets for others. That's what a point guard. Caitlin Clark don't just pass the ball down to Leah Boston and she turn around and make a layup and get an assist. She don't just get those kind of assists where she really didn't have nothing to do with getting Camila Cardoso or one of her players an easy basket. She not getting nobody no easy baskets. It's all off the execution of the play. Whether somebody cut back door and she make a good pass. She can make good passes, but a point forward is somebody who actually orchestrates the offense.
And if you thought Angel Reese's script couldn't get any messier, just wait for the opening tip on Saturday. Because this isn't just a game, it's an audition. Not for a shoe deal, not for Instagram clout, but for real, on-court legitimacy. And right now, Reese is stepping into that spotlight with 2 flat notes, a busted mic, and the stage presence of someone who just realized the spotlight burns when you haven't rehearsed. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark isn't just ready, she is the show. The WNBA's main event before she's even logged an official stat. She walks into arenas like her name's on the deed, and honestly, it might as well be. Her basketball IQ? Off the charts. Her passes? Precision-guided missiles? Her shot selection? Chaotic genius that keeps working, no matter how ridiculous it looks. Even in preseason, Clark was lighting up defenders like she was auditioning for the Harlem Globetrotters, with a master's degree in applied humiliation. And she does it all with that trademark smirk, like she knows. She just made your favorite player look like a traffic cone. Which brings us back to Reese. So far, her defensive stance has been less locked in and more, wait, where am I supposed to be again? The lights are on. The crowd.
So I think it's time to finally, end the argument. End the argument that there is any sort of other needle mover that is even remotely close to Caitlin Clark in the WNBA. And again, the reason why we've got Hailey Van Lith up is because it was Hailey Van Lith's return as well as Angel Reese's return. Angel was not the only person. They had two players returning. However, right now in Carver, there are no tickets left for under $200.
Now let's talk body language. Reese's in-game energy has gone from confident queen to confused mall walker in record time. You can practically see the wheels turning in her head as she's giving side-eye to teammates, looking winded by the second quarter, and generally vibing like someone who got dragged into a pickup game they never signed up for. Meanwhile, Cardoso is out there casually grabbing rebounds like they were handed to her at birth, and making putbacks look like she's just taking a stroll in the park. You know it's bad when fans are already whispering about rotational changes, and the season hasn't even started yet. The media, they're circling like sharks at an all-you-can-eat buffet, just waiting for that first missed free throw on Saturday. That's when the headlines will break, and Angel Reese's implosion will be on full display. Sky coaches? They might start considering putting the mascot in the game for good measure. Okay, maybe that's a bit extreme, but you get the point. Here's the harsh reality of professional basketball. It doesn't care how many followers you have, how many NIL deals you've landed, or how many Bayou Barbie headlines you've, racked up in college. When that game clock starts ticking, none of that.
I've tried to tell you guys, you heard me say it on this channel. A lot of Angel Reese fans are not basketball fans, and they are proving it. They proved it last night without a shadow of a doubt. That was one of the most embarrassing things I've ever seen. You might be like, well, Rhodes, what was so embarrassing?
To be fair, no one expected Angel Reese to be a 20-point-per-night superstar from day one. But what no one did expect was for her to be outplayed by her own teammate. Cardoso, the so-called second fiddle, has quietly emerged as the most reliable front-court player on the roster. And you know what they say? Losing your spot in the starting lineup happens just like losing your Wi-Fi, slowly at first, then all at once. Reese needs a redemption arc, and fast, because Caitlin Clark, she, doesn't just show up to play. She shows up to make statements. And there's no bigger statement than roasting your main rival on national TV in your first regular season game. If Clark drops 25 and Reese puts up another 2-for-8 shooting night with foul trouble and a whole lot of shrugging at refs, the discourse will be brutal. Social media will be a firestorm.
People keep telling us there are other people in the WNBA who have made it matter. People keep telling us there are other players who are so very, very loved. There are other players who are so very, very marketable and marketed and watched and all that great stuff.
Let's not forget, Angel Reese is no stranger to pressure. She's played in championship games, dealt with critics, and been the center of attention more times than she can count. But this isn't about haters. This is about proving she belongs. Showing that her style of play, her attitude, and her presence can actually translate into wins at the professional level. Because if it doesn't, she risks becoming the cautionary tale while Caitlin Clark becomes the face of the league. And here's where things get real spicy. If Reese flops against Clark, her entire rookie season could turn into a survival mission.